and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Yeah. Alright, guys, I'm talking to you guys about Russell Wilson latest post that he had on Twitter concerning Little Future. Alright, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you do me a favor. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, and then click on that bell button for notification of the what? Uploads, baby. Get me? That bell button's important. Alright? Listen, let's get into it. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you lean? A gay? You ain't got the minerals. You ain't got the minerals. Hey, make sure you do me a favor. Go down below. Grab yourself one of these merchandise. You understand? Appreciate it. Alright, cool. So, talking to you guys about Russell Wilson's situation. So, I would say I saw a post by Russell Wilson, I think it's a few days back or a few weeks back now, where he gave a little, grandeur tweet about how great Future Son was, thanking him for Jesus and everything like that, blah, 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 blah. And I saw some of the comments and I was just like, I was astounded, right? And you might have seen this because I spoke about Future before, I spoke about the situation, I talk about how men react to certain things. And now one of the interesting reactions towards Russell Wilson is that he's a simp and he's corny. It's interesting that we call somebody who is wealthy, seems to be a nice guy, good looking brother, has been successful, has a great woman by his side, Sierra, and is willing to take on somebody else's child, as his own, right? And to do it with such decorum, love, mercy, compassion. And then we call that person a simp or corny. I want you to think about it for a second. Man them. You think another guy looking after another man's kid like it's its own with love is simpy and corny? I think that says a lot about you. I think that says a lot about us as men. I think that says a lot about the fact that there's too much pride and too much ego, especially within us black men. There's a lot of pride and a lot of ego, and we feel emasculated by the fact that another man could do something that we potentially couldn't do. That's why we're calling him a simp and corny. Because my man decided to be grand-gestured and say kind words. You see, as a black community, I don't know if a lot of us are not used to having kind words spat at us. So that's why when we see someone saying these nice words to his son, we're saying it's a simp and corny. There's nothing corny about this, bro. There's something beautiful about the fact that a father could say such glowing words, saying thank you and just treasuring him and thanking God for him. And you think that could be corny or simpy. Nah, man. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. And to think that would be the case, we have to really assess where this is coming from. Now, I'm going to put this first point is that a lot of men have this pride in them that they can't shake. And they disguise their weaknesses with pride. Right? And a lot of times men see someone like Russell Wilson as an enemy or a simp or someone who's as a weak person because he is of a standard, a moral one especially, that they can't stand up to. When they compare themselves to Russell, they get vexed. Now, I'm sure if I get men in the comment section, they'll be cussing, saying, Russell Wilson, this and that, and then they'll be cussing me saying, I'm a simp, I'm this and that, there's women out there that are doing this and that. What's Sierra done to cause Future to behave the way he's doing? Future's a pattern here. 1 baby mother, 2 baby mother, 3 baby mother, 4 baby mother, 5 baby mother, 6 baby mother, 7 baby mother, 9 baby mother. You got like 9 baby mothers, my guy. There's a pattern. What's the pattern? Future's a problem, right? So Sierra wasn't the problem. Sierra as a black woman wasn't a problem. So where do we get off saying that, it's black women and women in general, black women, yeah, they're like this, they're like that. That's why obviously men, no. Take responsibility for our actions. That's what Russell Wilson's done, right? He's taking responsibility for someone else's child, been accountable and said, listen, if I'm with this woman, I'm going to have to look after this child like it's my own. And I think a lot of men are not used to being accountable. So when they see someone who's been accountable, their first reaction is to rebel. Because the Bible talks about that the law was given unto us to show us how much we needed Jesus, right? So whenever you see a law being put there, when you see someone of a standard, a moral standard, people end up trying to rebel against it because in the nature of them, they feel like they can't stand up to that standard. Right? So rather than trying to meet the standard and growing towards it, what we do is we do the opposite and we try to flout it and show why the standard is faulted or why the standard is broken or why the standard ain't great or the standard is corny. Yeah, because what it does, it means that if we can tear that standard down, we look okay. We're not okay. We're not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay to be... No. A lot of men also would never want to look after someone's child. There's a pride in the fact that you want to be the father and you want that woman to be your first baby mother. But if there's more than one future in the world, we're in trouble. Yeah, because man's taken 9 women out the game like that. Has taken 9 women out the game for a lot of men who want to have women as their first, want to have their first child with the woman that they're with, right? Future's taken 9 of those women out the game, right? If every man does that same behavior, right, we're in trouble. So a lot of men want to have their first child with the woman that they're with, and they don't want to have to look after someone else's child because it's like, it's not the perfect image, right? And there's a lot of pride behind it in the sense of, including myself, me too, I don't want to look after someone else's child. Like, there's a lot of things I don't want to do. I want to have the perfect image of being able to start my own family first. I want to be the propagator. I want to be the first person on the scene. Do you understand? I don't want someone else to be on the scene and then I'm adding to it. No. Because a lot of men have a lot of us men, including myself, have a lot of pride and we want to build. Right? And we want to build. We don't want you to build for us. We want to build on our own. So if someone else has already started building there, we're like, oh, but someone's already built a foundation, bro. I'm not trying to build on that. You understand? Like, I'm not trying to build on that. You feel me? And it's almost like as well, like Russell Wilson becomes his target. Just like when you're in school, right? That good guy that's in school becomes a target because attacking him makes you feel better about your shortcomings. A lot of guys look at Russell Wilson and they attack him or cuss him or call him corny because there's a lot of shortcomings in our own lives. We can't do what he's doing. So we instead of trying to, like I said about the law of matching it, we tear down. Because it's easier to do that, right? We couldn't do what he's doing morally. We couldn't do it without feeling some type of way. And because he's doing it without complaining, we start to tear him down. Because why? He should be like us. He shouldn't be better than us. He should be like us. Because his light shines shadows on yours. It's crazy, man. And also as well, sometimes this is like the school mentality black men have. You know, a lot of men, remember in school time, boys would side with the bad boy. Even though the bad boy is doing wrong, yeah, a lot of boys will side with the bad boy because the bad boy is also popular with the girls, right? And a lot of men will do the exact same thing but older. They will side with Future instead of Russell because they want to be the future. They also want to be the future because they believe the future behavior gets gal. Because the future behavior is about power and not necessarily about the women that he's attaining, right? Because having many women come after you is a form of power. Having many women come after you is a form of power. It gives you a sense of control, gives you a sense of entitlement and privilege. And a lot of men are lacking power, especially black men. We've been emasculated through our society and we have not had power. And so one of the ways that we exude power is to exert it over the black woman, or the woman, I should say, right? So we have many baby mothers, and reason being is because it's as a form of power. So when other men are looking at Future, they see this power. They don't see the destruction that Future's creating. They see the power that Future has. And that's why they side with Future over Russell. Because what they see with Russell is that he's a simp. He's surrendered. He's given over that power. The same way that women sometimes see submission as being a given over of their power and a weakness. And they see Russell Wilson as submitting, giving over his power as a man to look after another woman's child. So they side with Future. It's twisted. So yeah, I like Russell. And I pray that we have more Russells in the world. I pray that we have more men that are willing to stand up, look after children, and just be responsible and accountable. Do you know what I'm saying? And to be loving. You know what I'm saying? We don't want tough love out here. We know how that ends. Yeah? So guys, make sure you do me a favor, yeah? Like this video, share it with somebody, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Yeah? Then click on that bell button for a notification of the what? Uploads. And make sure you get your tees and your jumpers from down below. Appreciate you guys. Hey, and don't forget, we're promoting these shade caps as well, yeah? Click on the link down below. Appreciate you.